Seems to be working. So I'm going to assume that it is, in fact, working. Okie dokie. So, for posterity, because I don't believe anyone is watching, what I am doing today is trying to find some kind of way of consolidating our logic for creating new levels. So we have this working demo level that at this point is in pretty good shape, but I'm trying to find a way other than just copy pasting the scene to end up with a functional new scene with all of the various primitives and managers and settings we want configured. And in particular, to be able to, within that, define certain relevant parameters like the width of the map, uh, the offset of the camera, things like that. So I'm hoping to do that via a script that can be run from the tools directory, like a lot of add-ons hook into. So I'm looking into how to do that. Uh, so, so, okay, we have one concurrent viewer. I think that concurrent viewer might be me again. I've been burned before. If not, uh, speak up, silent watcher. But unless otherwise informed, I will assume that this concurrent viewer is me. Okay, so I asked Cloud, who seemed to indicate that there is a editor window class that I can inherit off of. No, not a hallucination. Float freer be docked as a tab. So basically, I was thinking of having this be a manager or a class that would live in the scene, but wouldn't, and would have some kind of button that would run the script in the scene uh, on command. I hadn't considered the prospect of adding something to the editor. I kind of like that idea. So this is an AI idea. So I am messing around with stuff I don't fully understand. game object level. Hmm. I guess. Oh, okay. So I don't love this. Can you create a scene in the editor? This? I'm sure you can. Okay, I don't actually think that I am watching, so I suspect that there is a human. I also am unsure whether my mic is... Okay, it looks like it's getting picked up. I guess I can't say something if you can't hear me. Who knows? Alright. So... this is a button. Hmm. Okay, so if I guess I should probably create a directory or editor specific scripts because I... Oh, interesting. Is this reserved? Might well be. I wonder if that's actually how you stop these from... Huh, what's going on here? Custom inspector. Buttons. Items. Sure. I'm not seeing an obvious location for why this is complaining at me. I'm gonna try invalidating the cache. See if that fixes it. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that I have screwed something up and that editor is a reserved directory name. Okay, wait for it to... Okay, well. That's interesting. Okay, well, at least it's not complaining now. So I'll call this create level dialog. And start with this, call this create level log. Sure. GUI content. Tools. Oh, systems is angry at me. Systems inventory. Item container. Oh, interesting. let's rename this to custom editor and guess that fixes it for now. Interesting. I do wonder if that's actually what we want though. So neither here nor there. But okay. So nice. I suspect that I'll have multiple of these, so I am gonna nest it inside of Haven. Okay. So if I go into tools, Shades of Haven, create level, this gives us a nice little dialogue. Toggle button. Okay. That was impressively easy. So this gives us our each editor window contains a visual element object. Okay. So what this thing was saying is window level creator data. Okay. Level data equals. Okay. So we're keeping a field that we can edit side of this dialog, which is the level data. Oh, just these scene params, and I think that all we should need to do is I'm not fully understanding what this syntax is doing. Object field level data equals editor GUI layout. Is it defined anywhere, or is it just a? All right, Claude, I believe you. Show me. So do we even need the root visual element in this case, or is this just like an older? You know what? I might be looking at the older docs. No, this is Unity 2022. Well, we actually haven't verified that this even works yet, so I don't know. I'm talking shit. Yeah, no, this just straight up doesn't work. Okay, nice, good. Absolutely remarkable. Actually, it looks like it's erroring. Object reference could not set to instance of an object. Okay, cool. So tracks. This didn't seem like it was correct, and it seems not to be correct. So, well, actually, okay, hang on a second. Create GUI. What's happening there? Is this putting it somewhere else? Because I'll. Okay. All right. In fairness, this is on GUI. On GUI. On GUI. Move this out. Try this one more time. Well, that does seem to have done something. There's a hello world in here somewhere that it doesn't really seem useful. Implement your own editor GUI here. Create GUI is called when the editor Windows or visual element is ready to be populated. Huh. Okay. So yeah, so it doesn't look like it. So what are we doing here? New object field, which is supposed to be called. Just worry about. That does not seem to have a sufficient amount of information, so I'm guessing this is not how you do it. Because we do want to be able to drag scene parameters onto this. That does not seem to be what is happening here. What does that actually look like? I guess it does work, it just it's just have no rules whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, honestly, okay. It doesn't not work. It's completely useless. Alright, that's interesting. Is there like some kind of CSS that I can do here? I guess what CSS. Okay. Create GUI. Use create GUI to add UI toolkit. Okay. This is forcing us to use UI toolkit. Gross. I actually have no evidence for this being bad. Alright. So I guess this is fine. I'm just trying to sort of understand how do I actually extract the data from these elements. So show example, new GUI content. Interesting. That does not seem. Oh dear. I am also gonna order food because this hurts my brain. By the way, if anyone out there is listening, I was fooled by some nefarious personages, and lest you be fooled too. Noam Chomsky is not dead. Rumors of his demise have been greatly exaggerated. For whatever it's worth. I'm gonna get 15 wings. I've been on a wing bend lately. Some would call me a fatty. I'm not a fatty. God damn it. I just like wings. All right. So what am I looking at here? So there's the button. Text equals. I don't get button.name or button. Huh. So I see them assigning properties to it. I don't actually get what the. Chat? Live chat. No idea. All right. Food is on the way. So, the thing that I am flexed about. So this is a toggle name and label. So what is on GUI? All right. I mean, I'm inclined to just do this because this seems substantially easier. So create GUI. Maybe this is newer. I'm not actually sure what the difference is aside from maybe one being newer and using whatever their new UI toolkit seems to be. So yoink. Create scene. And I think really this should do it. So I think that should function such that if we go back into here, create level, yeah. Cool. All right. I'm gonna ask Claude. So I actually have never scripted the creation of a new scene in the editor. So let's say I think that will be inside of level data. Um, I'm willing to take the robot at its word, and I'm going to see if this actually works. So Okay, so we're gonna apply the name to our new scene. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I will accept that this is true. Don't care about any of this. Let's just get this to a point where we feel like Alright. So what should happen now if I go into as of right now it's just creating in the root directory of project, but if I go into tools, Shades of Haven, create level, no scene params, but if we go into our resources, demo level, pass in our scene parameters, which are holding some information that we want to use for creating our new scene. Yeah, that looks to be functional. I'm not actually sure. Okay, this is embarrassing, but we haven't actually had a need to have multiple scenes in the past, so I'm not set active scene. I can't do that. Why not? Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. I probably am. All right. You know what? Well, first of all, this is working. So, yay. Um, I'm realizing that scenes don't necessarily work the same in Unity that they do in Unreal, so I probably should. Scenes where you work with content in Unity, they're the assets that contain all or part of a game or application. They use scene per level, each with its own environments, characters. So in theory, if you got it, that is super interesting. Okay. Huh. So you can composite multiple scenes. That's interesting. So I guess I'm trying to think. Because this probably means that you want one base scene with a lot of the managers in it. And then you want to move a lot of the so a lot of things that are currently in our sample scene probably should be moved out. And really the only things that are huh. Okay. But there is a okay, so what's the difference between so if I go to here I think I'm gathering that I actually need to read up on what's going on here. So if I unload this scene and then try to play. Got it. Okay. So I mean, I guess really when a scene is loaded, you could have the only real thing that needs to change be the actual camera's clip, I think. Camera's clip, camera's location. So you'll need to account for a few things. But you could make it pretty seamless. So having the camera, yeah. Okay. I'm realizing this is going to be a more complex problem than I was originally making it because I honestly, it's an opportunity, but that is oh, hang on. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay. We do have a viewer. Is that viewer me? I don't think that viewer's me. Well, we'll find out. So, okay. If our So if the way that scenes work is that they can get I don't understand the difference between a scene being the active scene and a scene being okay. Honestly, I should probably just read this. Uh, I thought that a scene loaded additively would show is loaded true even if another scene is active, but that's not the case. So the scene object is a value type, not a reference type. That's useful to know and super weird. If you get a scene to your local variable, you made a full copy of the data. Okay. So I guess it is loaded. How do I make it additive? Okay, hang on. I think I can probably test this. Is this additive? Okay. So if I set... I have no idea how to check this. It does mean I should probably ignore... so let's get rid of the main camera and directional light and all these things. And we'll add in this scene game object. Let's just do a cube. And set that cube's position to... Oh, it is 0, 0, 0. Okay, I'll move it over here. So I think what should happen is that these should be additive. Okay, they are additive. Then yeah, what I think probably needs to happen is that we want to move all of our level specific assets out of the root scene and have, let's see, so what would stay, I guess. So currently there's an array of managers that probably should be kept. Or no, so I guess, okay. Honestly, it's probably easier if I'm going to delete. Oh, you know what? Maybe I will just actually use this as the root scene. So I'll move this into scenes. Although I'm not actually sure. Did I make scenes? Looks like I did. I'm not actually sure whether you want your scenes in your resources directory so that they can be. No. I take it back because I think they all get brought into the scene manager regardless of where they are in the directory. I don't actually know that. I shouldn't be saying that, but I believe that's the case. Okay, so you have this scene. I'll call this like base scene. Okay. And as it stands, you've got this sample scene that we've been using for all of our demos and stuff thus far. And realistically, a lot of this can probably go into the base scene so that the only changes that we're making are additive to this base scene. Player. Mixed feelings on this, probably. I'm going to get rid of this character. But I mean, I guess keeping the player's object feels like it makes reasonable sense, as opposed to having a separate player object spawn in every time you change level. You can just change the location to whatever spawn point in the new scene that you've loaded in is. So that makes some amount of sense. I probably should be thinking about this way more carefully than I am, but I'm gonna. You know what? I'm on a branch. Nothing that I do can have any consequences. I have no fear. Alright. Get rid of these dividers. They're meaningless for now. Okay, the click effect definitely should be here. Systems. I don't actually remember what's in systems. I think nothing is in systems. Do I initialize something? I probably initialize something in here. Oh, okay. I initialized .tween, and there's probably going to be a few other plugins that actually get initialized here. Okay, fair enough. It stays. It stays, and actually, to that point, it should be, it should be here. So definitely yes. Managers. So this one is interesting. I think any DDOL managers should be in here, but yeah, scene specific managers shouldn't be. So any singletons that get replaced from scene to scene shouldn't be. But I think that all of these managers are DDOL, right? Am I wrong about that? I guess level manager isn't. But level manager probably doesn't need to exist anymore, actually, based on this. It's because we will be using the scene manager to load and unload everything. So there'll probably be a top level. Honestly, that might end up being what level manager is, which is just handling the loading and unloading of levels. But all right, what are we getting rid of? Definitely getting rid of map. Volumes. So we're holding the global volume here. That makes sense to me. Sure. Same thing with the camera track. The camera track is always going to be here. The only thing that's different is that the camera's clip may change when you load a new level. And I think that's probably fine. As long as we hook into the scene load pipeline and just... I'm trying to make sure... Okay, I'm nervous. I can't. Okay, I'm worried that there's no sound. Hang on, I'm pinging you if you're here. Actually, wait a minute. What am I? I can't. Okay, I'm worried that there's no. Oh, no. Okay, I listened to my own stream. I am confident that there is in fact sound. Glories. Okay, so yeah. So I guess. So what changes if I do that? So I guess I would. Can I go here and take that, put it here? So sample scene, we can get rid of you. We can get rid of you. We can get rid of you and you. No, we do need the map. So the map would be here, and the characters that are specific to the map would be here, as would any kind of interactables and so on and so forth that we would want. So those stay. Anything in this setup, event system, and directional light, I believe. Okay, what is the event system? So this is for Unity's input behaviors. So my guess is that this is fine to be DDOL. I will find out, probably. Systems, yeah, definitely not. Managers, I don't think we have any managers that are actually... So our save manager, that's one and done. Item manager is global for this game. It probably shouldn't be global for every game, but we're not going to have enough item instances across the entire game for it to be a problem to load them all into memory. Input manager, I think same deal. Yeah. Dice roll manager, that's interesting. Yeah, there's really no reason that it would need to be specific to a level, and it would probably be restrictive for it to be. Same. Dialogue manager. I think this is DDO by default, actually. Though I'm actually not sure that it should be. Is there ever going to be a case where the player very rapidly changes level, but should not leave the dialogue that they're in? I don't think so. But honestly, being able to hold that state is probably worthwhile. Also, it's not particularly heavy. Okay. So with that, there's only the camera manager, which is also yeah. So I think we can get rid of all of our managers here, and the camera. Dice tray. Well, I mean, more realistically, I think that probably just shouldn't be a thing at all. But it's neither here nor there. I'll leave it in the base scene for now. We can deal with more of that later. We don't need another canvas. I think the canvas will probably live at the root level. Is it currently living at the root level, or did I screw something up? No, it's there. Okay, so there's two ENs right now. Okay, so I think really, yeah, so sample scenes are really only going to have the maps with the tiles, environment, and cool, okay. I dig this, actually. This makes... So I guess basically what you would do when the player goes into a new scene is you would okay, let's see if we can kind of mimic this behavior because we probably can, right? Oh shit. This did not work at all. You know what it probably is just that oh lol. Uh okay, I think we actually do need a level manager. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Right. Okay, because I have a bunch of things that are reading from it now. Um. All right. Prefabs managers. Do you respond? No. Well, I know nothing. So, what am I doing? Hmm. That's really interesting. So I guess what you would do is you have that. Uh, so I'll add level manager to this. Probably no reason not to. I guess that is interesting. So what we can probably do is if the scene name is determined. Oh, my drink. I've been known to do that from time to time. This is embarrassing. Well, the good news is at some point in the future, I'll find some. Be able to point people back to these dev streams. Evidence that, in fact, I am a fucking moron. Okay, so I guess what we can do is save these changes. And so the one thing is, okay, a case could be made. Yeah, yeah. A case could definitely be made for having the level manager. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it, I think a case can be made for having the level manager not live in globals and instead having that live locally. So we would go to the so in the sample scene, uh, yeah, we'll add a level manager. And the idea here is that because it's specific to every scene, otherwise we'll be loading and unloading stuff, and there's no reason to do that. So what we would do is go into resources, demo level, put this guy here, and I think that as a singleton will okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's other issues here, which is that we're now our movements aren't a thing. Huh? Why is that? I wonder. Okay. Um. Weird. I mean, it should be here. Is it that? Is it visible but not active? I don't think that's a thing, but no, no, not a thing. Okay, no, there's something that's mad. Player controller. Oh, is there still some gross? My food is here. I will be right back. Okay. It's not my food. It was an Amazon package. Sad. Okay. So it's probably something that I'm still passing to player controller that I really shouldn't be. What is it? Selector. Huh. That's weird. I don't think there's anything. This is. Did I? Okay. Hang on. Add things back in until it works. I'm sure a lot of things are about to break. Oh, just me. Yeah, I made even more things break. Uh, so what's going on here? So we're gonna get rid of this camera track setup. Ooh, okay, no, you know what I did? I bet this is it. I bet it's the lack of the event system. Maybe. Actually, I don't know, but okay, I'll try that. We'll leave the level manager here. Tiles, environment. There's the map. Okay. This I would at least believe. I was sort of struggling to figure out. Failed to create agent because there is no valid nav mesh. Oh, do they have to be in the same scene? Hmm. Okay. So clearly there are some nuances to additive scene loading that I did not fully understand. Okay, so what am I looking at? So I don't think that the problem is the lack of the event system. I think everything there is working. It's that the yeah. Okay. So if I put the character in this scene, the problem is that they're not going to find a few things. So main camera, camera manager, stop main camera. All right. Well, there's one issue there that is probably solvable, which is that I think I have screwed up the camera manager. No, I don't think so. Camera track. Camera. Hmm. I guess as a side note, the independently of all of this, the player controller actually probably shouldn't. Where would this be? So I guess the way that nav meshes function, you can't have them cross scene. That seems to be the case. VFX prefab click manager has not been assigned. Okay. Why? I'm not sure why that's a thing, but there we go. So I'm still trying to figure out where there no reference exceptions are. Object reference not set to an instance of an object inside of the player controller. Input.enable. Yeah, that's a little weird. I'm trying to understand what would cause this specific behavior. Uh, hmm. Okay, this one is a bummer. The weird thing is that the actual click handler seems to be functioning, so the collisions are working fine. The first thing is failed to create agent because there is no valid nav mesh. Let's see this. My guess is that what this means. So if I go to Sample scene, map, environment, bake, just out of interest. This causes the same issue. No valid nav mesh. Okay. I still kind of think that these levels should be additive, but I'm starting to think that maybe the move is to have more. Well, I mean, we'd probably spawn the player in at a certain stage. So you'd have like spawn points in the level, and you'll instantiate the player prefab and anything else the same way that you instantiate NPCs. Okay, that's a bummer. But it does mean you can at least leave some stuff like we can leave some things. We just can't leave quite as much as I was sort of expecting us to be able to leave. Okay, how far back does the undo history go? Let's find out. Not far enough. Okay. Goodbye. That's fine. That's fine. Also fine. Changes reverted. Okay. Might not a break. Yes, okay. Object reference, not set instance of object, camera controller. What's going on there? What? Oh, we got rid of the level manager probably. Yeah. Alright. Where would that be? Prefabs, managers. It's back in here. Alright, I may be admitting defeat. I'm not gonna lie. This haven't got. No. Now I'm. Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh, do we need to pass in scene frames? So this would be in. Actually, do I have two level managers? Okay. So it would be in resources. Oh, interesting. Guess I got rid of it. That's fine. Same parameters. Sample. scene. There we go. Now, I believe everything should be back in a workable state. All right, there we go. Cool. Well, not cool. I'm admitting defeat. So it goes. Interesting. So I guess the way that additive scenes work. So nav mesh additive scenes. How do you bring in nav mesh? Nav mesh components from Unity. Not sure how the built-in nav mesh works. It will automatically add the new scene's nav mesh data to the nav mesh system. Connecting additively loaded scenes a little while ago.
Hey, Chris here from Mom Academy.
I'm gonna watch this video and figure out why my additively loaded scene was not picking up the nav mesh. I still kind of think that this is the right way to do it. So stay tuned. But I am signing off for now because I'm not going to subject you to watching me watch a video. Farewell, whoever ye may be.